119 little beats per minute doesn't look too concerned or too worried.
The final heat of the final event for the individuals has begun here at the Flagler stage at the Bayfront Park in Miami, Florida, as we close out what has been a wonderful 4 days at Wodapalooza.
So now the one thing these athletes have to remember is depending on what they want to do, Pat Vellner with a really nice performance on those toes bars. Look at that. Kicking the ankles back just to make that count, knees to the elbows to lighten that load, and then kicking up at the top. But the one thing we really haven't talked about is the grip. You're holding onto the bar, onto the rig, and then you have to hold on to those dumbbells. You heard Emma McQuaid earlier saying that she couldn't feel her arms. That's something that all these guys need to be ready to contend with as they're moving through this.
Quick break for Pat Vellner. He's right back to work on those 55 toes to bar. Pat just needs to avoid finishing basically dead last in this event in order to hang on to the top spot. Sam Cornoyer sits in third place overall. He's only 7 points up on Cole Sager, so Cole is going to have to beat him by about 3 spots in order to have a chance to make up that deficit. They will be right next to each other, and Cole Sager has a knack for some late event heroics.
He really does. Now, I do see that he is really kind of stretching himself out there. Again, he's not getting overly taxed. You see his beats per minute there on the old whoop strap to 126. He's hanging in there, but one thing that I do see him doing is bouncing up and down on that bar a lot. So there's a lot of shaking in the shoulders, a lot of re-gripping that he has to do with that bar. So if he can just tone that down just a little bit, he'll save some of that power.
The time to beat that might come into play here. Reggie Fossa in heat number 1 at 7:22 is Pat Vellner and Phil Toon. Now moving to the 50-pound dumbbells, and Cornoyer and Sager as well. It was Alexander Caron in that army green top and the blue shorts who was to the dumbbells first. Scott Panchik in the green top, left side of your screen. He is there. Here comes Dallin Pepper as well. So all 3 Panchik brothers onto the dumbbells. There is Alexander Caron.
Something you're going to see different that he's doing compared to the rest of the field. He's stepping between the dumbbells. So now with that, he's able to not have to worry about adjusting the width of those between the legs and going up overhead. I personally don't like having to do that because I got to bring my hips up really high. But he is moving extremely fast. Look at the tempo between him and everybody else.
This is the battle for second place because Cornoyer is only 8 points back of Caron here. Pat Vellner, meanwhile, just smooth sailing as Cole Sager, who is next to Cornoyer, is trying to jump ahead of him and move into third.
Caron is very, very fast with his step. Now, the one difference is he can't really use his hips the way everyone else is doing. You can see the other athletes can use their hips to pop that up. But with Caron, it's all arms.
The two of them about a second ago, they're almost even on the heart rate, but Alexander Caron's at 143, Cornoyer now at 150. And Caron moves into set number 3. 5 total sets of 11 here. Caron making sure that he's doing all he can to hang on to second place overall. Pat Vellner can take his time here. He has all but clinched first place. The top 3 men are on the screen right now. On the green top, left side of your screen, that's Alexander Caron. He sits in second. Pat Vellner's in the middle of your screen. He is in first place. And then at the bottom is Sam Cornoyer. He currently sits in third, but Cole Sager is trying to keep the pressure on him. Sager just 7 points back of Cornoyer for third.
Again, watching Caron in the green shirt, steps down, steps up. I want to say he's slowed down just a touch, but the tempo is right. It's very mechanical. Still able to keep himself up in the lead, but I like the fact that he's stepping. Now, normally I wouldn't want to step. I don't think that would be a good thing at all, but the tempo that he's doing it, or the way he's done this, and obviously his practices, it's really paying off for him.
And if you're wondering, there is a lot of money on the line here. First place was worth $100,000. Second place, $35,000. Third is worth $20,000, and fourth is worth $10,000.
Cole Sager down at the bottom of your screen with the no shirt, looking really strong right now as well. I think he's moved himself into that second place position. He's really pushing himself. I love the fact that he's pushing the tempo. He knows what he needs to do here. Again, being one of the vets out on the floor, he knows what it takes to get himself moving, and he really wants that third place spot to get himself on that podium.
After this set of 11, they will advance the dumbbells one final time. Alexander Carone continues his really great pace and his unorthodox technique, and it's paying off for him. Cole Sager has moved ahead of Sam Cormier, but he needs some people between the two of them if he wants to make up that 7-point deficit. Carone looking to pick up his first event win of the competition and put a stranglehold on second place overall. And Cole Sager now to his final set. Cormier a couple reps behind Sager, but again, Sager needs some help. Phil Toon is on his final set. Sager with a 3-rep lead on Cormier. 3 remain for Carone. Sager continuing to hold off Cormier. Final rep for Carone. And he is done. And Alexander Carone at 6:32 is going to win the event. Phil Toon is in as well. Toon's going to take second in the event. The next best time, 7:22. And Dallin Pepper just came across to take third. Sager is now in. He'll get fourth. We'll see if anybody else is able to come across the finish line to help out Cole Sager, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Cormier touches the buzzer, and we could have a Canadian sweep on top of the podium here.
Wow, those guys were just absolutely holding on for dear life. You saw them really all starting to fail in that last set of 5. Insane forearm pump.
Pat Vellner came across as well, but I think Cormier got in ahead of Vellner. But we'll have to wait for the official scores. But Sager needed 3 people between him and Cormier to move into third place. Another late charge from Cole Sager might just come up short. Dallin Pepper had 506 points to sit in 5th place. And Phil Toon gave Alexander Carone a really good run for his money.